Got a question about number 39. I can't remember whether it came in before or after we discussed a very similar problem in class, but let's talk about this one too. So we have this these demand curves for the Kardashians and Masterpiece Theater. Television Network is considering whether to add one or both programs to its upcoming fall lineup, so there's 2 slots available. The only 2 time slots remaining are sponsored by Colgate, which is under contract to pay the network 10 cents for each viewer who watches the program, out of which the network would have to cover its production costs of $400,000 per episode. Viewership can be estimated accurately with telephone surveys. Any time slot the network does not fill with the Kardashians or Masterpiece Theater will be filled by infomercial for a weight loss program for which the network incurs no production costs and for which it receives a fee of $500,000. Viewers will receive $5 million in economic surplus from watching each installment of the infomercial. So how will the network fill the two time slots? Well, let's think about it. We've got the Kardashians. Oops, I was thinking I was writing there, but we've got the Kardashians. We've got Masterpiece, and we've got infomercial, and we'll just call the producer gain. Well, we'll call it even producer surplus. The production cost is like a marginal cost here. So the producer surplus, this is per week. They get 10 cents per episode, 12 million viewers. So that's 1.2 million, but it costs them 0.4 million to make, so 0.8 million a week. Masterpiece, same production costs, but that only gets them 0.8 million net of production costs. They end up with 0.4 million. And then the infomercial, they get 0.5 million, but have no production costs, so their net is 0.5 million. So by the logic of profit maximization, we see that the Kardashians and the infomercial will be shown, and you can select that option here. Is this outcome socially efficient? And for that, we need to add some information about consumer surplus. So let's think about that. Consumer surplus. Well, we see that these are going to be shown for free, that consumer surplus for the Kardashians is the area of this triangle, 1/2 times 8 times 12 million. So that's 48 million dollars per week. For Masterpiece, same thing. It's same type of calculation. It's the area under this triangle, 1/2 times 16 times 8 million, and we see that that's 64 million per week. And then the infomercial we get offers viewers 5 million. That's supposed to be million. I just didn't write that intelligibly. All right. So, we don't need to add 48.8 is the total surplus for the Kardashians. 64.4 million is the total surplus from Masterpiece, and adding the producer surplus and consumer surplus together for the infomercial yields 5.5 million. So clearly the social efficient outcome, if these are our only 3 options, the socially efficient outcome would see the Kardashians and Masterpiece Theater shown. So you can select the outcome is not socially efficient. All right, and then they shift gears wildly here to give you a review of monopoly analysis, and I guess it's going to be pretty quick to do. By how much would total economic surplus be higher if each episode of Masterpiece Theater were shown on PBS free of charge than if it were shown by a profit-maximizing pay-per-view network. And let's, well, the main thing, all we have to do is calculate the deadweight loss. Let's do that. I'm just going to use the same graph, but a different color. Remember that marginal revenue for monopolist is a line that has the same y-intercept, but it's twice as steep. And so given the marginal cost is equal to 0, we're going to see 4 million viewers will buy at a price of $8 an episode. Consumer surplus goes from that whole triangle to this little triangle. Producer surplus is this rectangle. And we see that the area of this red triangle is deadweight loss. So deadweight loss, which would be the amount by which the free showing would be higher. Let's see, that's a triangle. It's got a base of 4 million and a height of 8 million. So it's 1/2 times 8 is 4 times 4 million. That's 16 million per week. All right. Well, there you go.